Hello and welcome back to Bees TV. Today I'm joined with Richard Sue after a thrilling 3-0 win versus Wigan Athletic at home at Griffin Park. Saeed Benrahma netting the hat-trick for Brentford, netting the 3 points, and the promotion push, the automatic promotion push, continues. Richard, what did you think of the performance out there today?
They were splendid. They were well organized up front and back. The thing that always, um, we'll have to filter this through the lens of I'm kind of a novice football watcher, but the thing that's amazing to me is even I can tell how good they are at turning defensive possession into offense, right? They gather the ball and then they're gone, right? You blink and you will miss them. And sure enough, they are past you and the ball's in the net. And it's just so much fun to watch.
Exactly. I think it's a quality of Brentford as well that our counter attacks and the way we press and the way we move forward, looking always to attack all the time, is beautiful. That's a credit to all of the players working so hard. And we also saw last week at when West Bromwich came over that we were fitter than them. We were working harder. We were working hard, and who was working hard? Saeed Benrahma, 3 goals. It was amazing. He had three fantastic goals, and especially looking at that second one. Did you think that was an element of luck in that second goal when he crossed it in from the corner?
I
Wasn't it?
watched that 5 times, and I still don't have any idea how he got the ball to go in. And I'm not sure that he knew. Well, I mean, he probably knew, but what? What?
What happened?
I mean, I figured we were going to get number two late in the first half. We had a lot of good chances, and then you, uh, Saeed is he looks like one of the smaller guys on the team. And I can imagine this being such a physical game that throughout the course of a long season, and especially a restart like this where you play a lot of matches in a short amount of time, that if you're small, you can get run down. And I thought last week he looked a little bit, he worked really hard, but he looked a little run down. And today he looked on it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
There was going to be no stopping him,
Yeah.
and it showed. He was everywhere.
Yeah, and I think we actually changed our play style this week as well. Aside Benrahma working hard, but it also came from crossing. We were crossing balls high all over the pitch, and I think that was key to see, and it was good to see that Thomas Frank did change it up for this week. We were crossing it into the middle of the box, the likes of Ollie Watkins, Brian and Buemo. We saw quite a few times that Brian and Buemo and Watkins had great chances, blocked off the line, blocked so many times. Do you think that Ollie Watkins was unlucky not to score today, considering his forward partner Saeed Benrahma scored 3?
I think he was, but I think it's one of those team things where Ollie worked hard, so he diverts attention to the middle, and then that leaves a seam on the left for Saeed to come in and get some space, and Saeed does what he does when you give him room.
Well, of course. I mean, both Saeed Benrahma,
You know,
Brian and
yeah,
Buemo.
Ollie got a little bit of bad ball luck, maybe, but he also worked his tail off. I mean, it's funny reading an article in The Athletic comparing Ollie to Mitro. They're completely different players. You know what I mean? Ollie is perfect for this club. He covers space, he does work. Mitro is a missile, right? You want him to
Yeah,
score a goal, give him the ball anywhere in front of the net, right?
yeah.
But that's what he does. He's not fast paced. He's not, he can't distribute like Ollie. Ollie is great for this team.
Actually, thinking about it, yeah. Don't do you think that? I actually think that Neil Morpie. I think we're missing him. We're not missing him because Ollie Watkins, his goal contributions have been off the charts. Don't you think Neil Morpie is quite in that middle between Ollie Watkins and Alexander Mitrovic?
Yeah, I think the team is trying to groom the forward striker to be that sort of Maupay, you know, Ollie type of player.
Yeah, I mean, Watkins is just phenomenal as well. We know, and it's going to be useful to us for the rest of the season. Hopefully, he can get a few more goals to get that golden boot in the championship. Now we've had Yeah, go on.
Mitro's got a ban. Today's
Yeah.
game 1 of the ban. So
Yeah. Hopefully it can get. Ollie Watkins has been a bit unlucky last few games, but he'll get there. He's a striker. 5 wins on the bounce, 5 clean sheets on the bounce. It's looking hopeful. What do you think the chances are of Brentford reaching automatic promotion ahead of West Brom?
not great.
Oh, you don't think it's that great?
I am as hopeful as the next person, but the math doesn't support it. Leeds and West Brom had such a big lead going in. It was like 10 points with 9 matches, and we have a great run going, but they just have to run the clock. You know what I mean? They can't play bad, right? This would be an epic collapse if either one of those two fell out. And Leeds looks good, and they have the easiest schedule. West Brom, haven't watched enough to know whether or not they might cough it up. But we can only control what we can control.
I mean, personally, I think Leeds will run away. They've got the point advantage. They've got a much fitter side, coached by Marcelo Bielsa, and his tactics are, they take a lot out of the team. He trains the team to work hard and work with fitness. It's going to be useful in the games in the short period of time. But I genuinely think that West Brom will choke. West Brom, I think how many points? How many points? We're hopeful. How many points out is it? Do you remember? I think it's 5 points out or something. 5 or 6. I would say 5. I would say 5. But bearing in mind they do have a game tomorrow against they have a game versus Hull, so we got to wait and see what happens there. I think that brings the gap shorter, but of course they can pull away. I genuinely think that we have such a big opportunity, because I think it's time for Brentford to get that luck. We've been quite unlucky last few decades. We see Marcelo Trotta, the penalty miss that led us to that forced us into the playoffs instead of automatic promotion in League One, and now I think it's time. I think the stars have aligned. I feel this sort of supernatural presence telling me that now is the time. Hopefully it will, won't it? Hopefully it'll happen. But
well, think about this. We had all this organizational upheaval with Dean Smith leaving.
Exactly.
And then the director of technical operations, Robert, passing away really suddenly. I mean, that's got to really screw your team up, right? Those two were the architects of how we're playing now. And Thomas Frank has been great, but, it was a big job to ask him to suddenly Dean Smith left in the middle of the season. And this is completely foreign to me as an American. Coaches don't leave and go to other sides in the middle of the season. That just doesn't happen here,
I mean, I suppose, yeah. I think it's terrible for coaches to leave in the middle of the season, yeah. But I think at the same time, for him, on a personal level, it was a fantastic move. Aston Villa, his boyhood club, the team he supports, were calling for him. He had to go, of course. But I think what made it sweeter, although they got promoted, that game versus Aston Villa at home, with the last-minute Neil Maupay winner. Oh, my days. I think that's one of my favourite matches I've ever watched, 100%.
Yeah.
That was
nice.
Beautiful. Exactly. All right. Thank you so much, Richard, for your time here today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching Beast TV. On to Charlton on Tuesday. What can we do? Can we get the promised automatic promotion to take us in to the promised land? All here on Beast TV. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and subscribe on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.